I swear you free yourself from so much mental blockages and so much turmoil when you just embrace being disliked. It also affords you a level of freedom that most people don't get to experience, right? Because freedom involves being free from the shackles of everything, right? Like nothing is weighing you down, nothing is holding you back, nothing is slowing you down. And usually in our society, our opinions about other people usually trap us up and hold us back. Literally, someone not liking us or showing us that they don't like us, could be a turnoff to a lot of us, and especially people who, they don't carry a high self-esteem. This used to be me, and when you move like that through life, you literally become a slave to just everyone else, right? You start to move based on how other people are going to view you. So that's a very limited way of living, because you're always checking for the approval of someone else before you do something. That is not a peaceful life. Like you're constantly, checking, constant. It's this back and forth. So you're never truly satisfied. And if you really want a peaceful life, if you really want to, be free from bondage, that requires you to release the need to be liked by anyone, You literally can prevent so much heartache. You can prevent so many traps just by living by this rule. How much self-sabotage is involved with this type of thinking when you are so concerned about being disliked? So many opportunities you missed out on because you are worried about what other people think. For example, me, I'm going to give one good example of, I had this opportunity where, I got to speak about one of my college experiences, and I got to present the information in front of a crowd, and I was so thrilled and I was so excited and happy to present this information because I really did have a good experience. And right before I was on to go up to present, there were like people in the crowd where they overheard me talking to someone else, and my voice, it was my tone of voice that, caught their attention. And immediately, all I heard was them laugh, and then they proceeded to say, "Oh, he sounds like such and such." And of course, these are strangers, so I don't know who such and such is, but from the context clues of their conversation, whoever such and such was must have been somebody that they were ashamed of or, picked on or talked about, because, it was like that snicker and then, sarcastic tone. "Oh, he sounds like," and so they didn't like the way I sound, and that deeply affected me. Like, I literally internalized that situation, you know? And it was because I didn't have a high self-esteem. I didn't really look at myself in a good or respectable manner at that time. And, you know, I got focused. I was so focused on them disliking me that when it was my turn to actually go and present the information, now I'm dry. Now it seems like I'm uninterested. Now I'm sad because I'm thinking about them and how they just made fun of my voice. So now I'm up there not as confident in myself. Now I'm up there rushing just to get through when I had this whole plan and this whole idea to be real hyper and excited and explain and just give my all. That I self-sabotaged myself because I was so concerned on these individuals who didn't even know me from a can of paint. And that's just one example, but see how we can self-sabotage based on being concerned with other people. So I just say that to say you literally will set yourself free when you don't concern yourself with who likes you and who don't, right? Because now you're not thinking about if Jennifer will approve of this outfit or not, or will Joe like this idea that I have. No, you're going to go ahead and wear that outfit because guess what? You like it. Or you're going to go ahead and do said thing or do that activity because you enjoy it and you don't care about who likes you or who don't. See how that works? But if you cared about this person and that person, then you might second guess yourself. You might doubt yourself. You might not do anything at all, literally. And you know, this is important because this could stop you from your purpose. You know, like maybe you wanted to make a change in your nutrition, you know what I'm saying? And you wanted to start eating more healthy. And that's perfect. That's great. That's a beautiful thing, right? But then you started to share your ideas with a family member or a coworker, right? And they don't have the same viewpoint as you, or maybe they're not on that journey where they want to change or grow or evolve. So they may say something that's very discouraging, like, oh, well, that's going to be hard. I don't know how you're going to do that, or I couldn't do that. You know, people chime in with their 2 cents, right? And then that may alter how you think about yourself based on what they said, right? And now you're not making those changes that you wanted to make because, boom, you were concerned about them and their negative connotations. So it's so important to get out of that mindset of being liked. Matter of fact, when you start living life for yourself and living in your purpose, there are going to be a lot of people who aren't going to like you. So you're going to have to get comfortable with not being liked, so that way you can continue to move forward in life, right? This is just a fact that I want to help you guys get through, you know, because there's a lot of people out here who will just the blind leading the blind, or just miserable people who don't want to see nobody else happy because they're not happy. And they will try their best to knock you down. So you have to embrace not being liked, because that's the only way you'll end up getting the respect anyway that you deserve. You have to show people better than you can tell them that their opinions of you do not matter. You have to show these people that, guess what? I'm still going to be okay. I'm still going to thrive. I'm still going to be successful, you know? Once you get past that limitation of being liked, I guarantee you, your life is going to change, because now you can move freely through life focusing on what you need to, because you're not caught up on what the next person is thinking, right? And once they see that you don't care, they're going to have to back off, right? They're not going to be able to keep messing with you because it'll be pointless, literally. So that's the important thing, is like, you have to really stand on that and believe in yourself and forget what they say, because that's how you shut the haters up and the naysayers up. That's literally how you shut them up, by just not caring about what they think and just keep doing what you're going to do anyway, right? Because somebody's always going to talk about you. I'm sure you know that by now, collective. Like, when you were bad, down bad, they were talking about how down bad you were in your situation, right? When you were up and had all these blessings coming in, they were still talking about you. So you might as well do what you want to do and say, F it. Forget who you offend. You know, this is truly, if you truly want to live free, you have to follow this. Like Bruce Lee said it the best. Like, you're going to have to embrace not being liked. You have to have the courage to be disliked. Courage. Have that courage to be disliked. You are paving a new way. You're showing people a new way. And you're showing people that you can be a leader and you don't get so easily influenced off of the opinions of other people. Okay? Don't get trapped up in this. Okay? People will try to project onto you so bad. Like, and it's getting so bad out here in these spiritual streets. Like, because as more people wake up and are aware and hip and equipped, you know, it's like the more that these people get thirsty and try to attack, right? But again, you just stand firm and stand strong and just keep it pushing. Who cares what they think? Because guess what? They're going to live their life the way they want to live it. The same people who don't like you for the way you live in your life are the same ones who are going to keep living the life the way they live, right? Without a care of who thinks that. So, hey, do it anyway. I know this message is going to get to somebody who needs to hear it, okay? Because some of y'all out there have been caring a little too much about being disliked, right? But my thing is, if you do have haters or people who don't like you, then you are doing what you are supposed to do. You're doing something in life, right? You are doing something right because somebody wants to be like you and they can't be like you. Somebody is looking up to you and striving to be like you, but they're still falling short. So that is just your proof and your evidence that you are doing the right thing, okay? So you better own that, babes. Own it, own it, own it. Alright? And I guarantee you, you will have a more peaceful life. Listen, I hope this message gets to who it needs to. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with this or not. And if this is your first time here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, okay? We are a vibe over here. I love y'all. It's Kar. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.